Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away. Nah, not really. But there were times in my life where I felt as though that I lived in a galaxy far, far away. I once heard it said that you need to learn to live in the question. So, what would you say is the most asked question by the most people, let's say in an hour? I think it is, why is this happening to me? Or, why me? Hi, I'm Walt, and this is Walt with God. And I hope to give you a drive-by of my quest into practicing Christianity. So you could say I'm a practicing Christian. At the time, I had no clue what living in the question really meant, but I was intrigued enough to set it aside. I remember when my son was about 5, maybe 6 years old, and we as a family would go out and we would go through walks, and sometimes we would go into the woods. And when we went into the woods, something would catch my son's eye, and he would go running off, and then he'd come back with this stick. And it would end up in his room for months on end. And every time we would go out, whether it's to the store or any place, he brought that stick with him. For me, like my son, I would periodically pull that statement out and ask, Lord, what in the heck does this mean? So, in my quest of practicing Christianity, I learned and I come to realize that the why question may never be answered. I thought back to a class I had long, long time ago, probably in that other galaxy, where where they mentioned being tossed to and fro on the sea of speculation. Maybe you know what it means or how it feels to be on a boat that is being tossed about and the waves are crashing in, and you feel like, oh, I don't feel good. More recently, when I thought about that particular statement, I began to see that speculation comes as a result of questions not finding a godly answer or a godly result. So if we go back to that question and grab it and bring it before God and let the creator of the heavens and the earth, he who created life, answer it, then those speculations will just fade away like darkness fades when light is introduced. At the time, I heard this soft voice as if it was floating across the still, quiet lake. And it was, what if speculation is more about perspective? And I thought, now there's a thought I never had before. So if God said that we are rooted and grounded, like it says in Scripture, well, let's read it. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 17. That Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, that you, being rooted and grounded in love. Now, doesn't that make you feel all good and goosey up underneath? Huh? Not tossed by some sea. Whoa. If I only see speculation, there has to be another question that needs to be answered. And it's not a why question, it is a what question. What am I looking at? If I only see speculation, then I cannot see just how big and awesome and what God really wants to be for me. He is more than just an anchor. He is the rock. He is my high tower. He is my fortress. And you know what? Superman isn't the only one that has a fortress. Let's take a look at Philippians chapter 4 and verse 8. It says, finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue, and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. So, as we who are on the quest of practicing Christians, we see what is true, we see what is noble, we see what is just, we see what is pure, what is lovely, what is a good report. So, our quest is on these things and what these things are to the Lord and to me. So if you like what I've shared, hit the subscribe button. And you know what? I love word plays on words, word games. I have a few in here. Maybe you would like to find them. If so, hit me up. Everything you need is on right there at the bottom. God bless you.